Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to do a short video on Chaga, C-H-A-G-A. It's an interesting mushroom, fungus, mushroom, whatever you want to call it. It grows on birch trees. A lot of people are going to tell you how rare and scarce it is. Well, I'm going to tell you it's not. If you don't have birch trees, you don't have Chaga. If you have birch trees, you're going to find Chaga. Trust me. I go every year because I enjoy doing it. I go up north here in Vermont. You can find it here in the Champlain Valley where I live. Higher elevations in southern Vermont. Wherever yellow birch and white birch trees grow. I find more Chaga on yellow birch trees, but this area has more yellow birch trees. So that's probably a pretty logical explanation as to why I find so much more. But this video isn't so much about finding it or foraging for it or anything else. Fellow YouTuber that I watch, William Larkin, I'll post a link to him. He's up in Labrador, does a lot of trapping, very interesting to watch for me. He's a deep sea fisherman. Does some videos going out on the big sea and getting stuff, but he was talking about making Chaga tea, and I run into this so often on mushroom sites on Facebook and other places, how to make Chaga tea. It is so simple. With a chunk, now this is a beautiful chunk. That's what we all look for coming out of a tree. However, they're not all like that, as anybody knows. Some of them will be like this one here. Some of them will just be a little crust that'll form around where a branch got broke off. It's all Chaga, but how you make it, now some people clean the black off. I don't. You take a little chunk, take your knife, and take around a golf ball. I'm going to have to set the camera down to break this off, but you can all see about how I'm doing it. Maybe I don't have to. There, let me pick that up off the floor. About that size of a chunk is all I take right there to begin with. I use an old pressure cooker pot, but you don't have to. Any pot will work. Okay. Throw that in the pot. Add water. Chaga has a delicious tea-like flavor. It's very much like tea. I know the Canadians and the English that watch this are all going to say, what do you Americans know about tea? You don't know anything about tea. Well, my mother's Canadian, so there. Put it on the stove. Turn the heat on. I give it a pretty good boil. Now I'm going to put the cover on because it's faster. And I'm going to shut the camera off, and in about 45 minutes or so, we're going to have some nice Chaga tea. I'll be back. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's really blowing. I don't cover the pressure cooker. I just let it boil. And it, you know, I give it about 20 minutes boiling like that. Right there. It's just got up there, and I give it about 20 minutes, and when we get there we'll come back and take a look at it. Okay, it's been the amount of time. You can really see the steam coming up out of there. As with any pressure cooker, and the reason I'm adding this little piece in, just shut it off and walk away. Give it some time. Even though it's not weighted, they create a little pressure in there. Doesn't take long. You can see the steam's getting down, getting down. And now, turn it and open it. Now if I stick this camera right over that, you can start to see that it's a tea-looking substance. I'm going to let that cool just a little bit, and I'll be back. There, it's done. Made just about a quart, still pretty hot. It's gonna taste just about like Salada tea in flavor. And I mean, that's what we use right here for tea. We just drink tea. And that's, the flavor is very similar with this and Chaga. You can add honey, milk and honey, milk and sugar, milk and maple syrup, cream. All I'll do with that right there, the first cup, probably put a little cool water with it. I mean, because it's too hot to drink. It's just like tea. It has a nice, I'm not going to get into all the health benefits. There's all kinds of websites that'll address that, and I'm not even going to get into it. I drink it because it has a nice flavor, and I love to forage. If there's a health benefit to it, well, that's a nice plus. Now, this hunk that I used right there, some of the black is falling off, and it'll do that. You can either leave that out and dry it, or you can put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in your refrigerator, and use it again. That'll make, I'd use that chunk, that size chunk right there, I'd use that 4 or 5 times. You'll know there just won't be any flavor left. You'll boil it and there won't be much color and there won't be any flavor left when you've got most of the goodness out of it. Then if you want to, you can dry it again. I have never done this, but I've been told that it makes very good tinder. That if you are out in the woods and need to start a fire. Well, anyway, I hope that helped. I'm going to post a link to William Larkin's channel. A lot of you that subscribe to me, subscribe to them. I see your names in his comments. And I've been doing a lot of shout out lately, and there's one other that I'm going to do right off. Because he's been with me since the beginning. Heath, don't feel left out. I'm going to get you. Have a good day, everyone.